Welcome back, everybody, to 164 Revival. This is episode 5 of the Mean 16. And today, I've already got the post drilled, everything disassembled to the Chrysler turbine. It is the 63 Chrysler turbine. I think this is a cool car. Made a cool casting out of it. So let's get this thing in the stripper, get the paint off of it. I got it drilled, but what I'm probably going to do is, as of late, I've been using the rivets and just gluing them in. I'm not opposed to the drill and tap and using the screws. I use them all the time, but I think on this I'm just going to use the small little rivets to slide down in there and just glue it all back together. So let's get her stripped, see what we got, and go from there. Okay, for this project here, I'm going to use the aircraft stripper, and I'm kind of glad I am, because this paint job, it's I may have to slap a little bit more aircraft stripper on this one. It looks like it's bubbling up, and it is, but it's kind of fighting the aircraft stripper a little bit, so it's putting up a little bit of a challenge to getting this off. So, and I'm kind of glad I used aircraft stripper, because I've been trying to use the citrus strip a little bit more, just because it's easy, you know, it doesn't smell, everything that all you guys that are doing this know. The aircraft stripper is convenient, but it can be nasty. Nasty smelling. You don't want to get it on yourself. Don't want to get it on anything else other than the casting. So let me kind of brush on just a taste more on here, and then wait for it to get completely off. I'll get it cleaned up, and we'll take a look at the casting, and we'll figure out what paint we want to do, and we'll get the wheels off, and we will figure out what kind of wheels we want to put on it. Okay, casting looks pretty good. Still got a little bit of paint chips on there. Got a little bit on the back side there. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to wire wheelie this up a little bit. As far as the casting goes and casting lines, there's some in there, but I'm not gonna worry about them. I'm not gonna deal with them, because they're not really pronounced and they're not too bad. So I'm gonna wire wheel this, and then I'm gonna try and do some flits on there, because looks like this casting's plating is pretty good. So we'll see how that pans out. Okay, I got her all polished up, and what we're going to do is we're going to do a Spectraflame red. And that's the Spectraflame from the Redline shop. Okay, I'm going to take this K&S tubing here, this aluminum tubing, as a lot of us do, to make the axle tubes. Got it sized. I already got one for the back already done. Use an X-Acto knife, get it right on the mark. Just give it a roll. Put your finger on the other side so it doesn't go flying off in the Never Never Land. Then you just take the end of the tube, put the X-Acto in there, and just kind of waller it out, open it up from being cut, because it kind of closes up. You get kind of an inside burr on there. I know it looks like I'm digging into my fingers, but I'm not. And you don't press on it. You just kind of stick her in there and open it up. And then what I got to do is I got to open up the channel. I cut the tab. This is a metal base, so I'm going to have to grind down in there to open up that channel, put that tube in there. Okay, I've got one tube in, I got one side in. Get it in camera here. Grooved out that base. Put the tube in. Got short axles that I had cut using some 6-0 chrome Rio Riders. Got low profile tires on there, but not huge on that, but that's alright. They look pretty good. They look okay on there. What I did was, these are so small. Excuse me, the body here doesn't have a lot of length in there, which a lot of them don't, to actually do, on these tubes. Like what everybody's doing is they're grinding the slot in there for some glue. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to carefully use the X-Acto, because the K&S is kind of soft anyway. It's just little bits of aluminum. So I'm trying to groove right in the middle a hole that I can put glue in, and then let it kind of ooze out towards the wheel. Got the other one. This one's fighting me a little bit. But I'll get her. See, I don't know if you can catch that on camera, but it does look like it's showing that I'm getting a groove in there. So there we go. I felt it go through. Just like on the end, I'll just waller that out. Hole right there in the center. So let me clean that up. Let me put the axles and wheels in, get that glued up. We'll have the base done with a set of new shoes on there. Okay, gonna use some Gorilla Glue, the gel, so it don't ooze out everywhere and lock up them wheels. At least I hope not. Kind of secure them tubes in there. And then got me a bottle of activator. It's usually in the spray, but I put it in this glass bottle. And then I used, if I can get it out of there one-handed without spilling everything. Then I used one of those little, those little micro daubers there or whatever. I don't know what you call those. But after a while, the fuzzy on the end kind of goes away. But if you just dip it down in there, it's perfect to pull out and dab just a drop on your glue. So you're not spraying everything, and just kind of keeps things a little cleaner. All right, now we got the base, got the wheels in there. We got to get the body. We got to get the body trimmed where they would have been laying on the axles, in which we've got tubes in there. So we're going to take off these little notches here, little tabs. They're easy, just zip them off. There we go. Now the body sits down in there where it should. All right, we got all the pieces here. Got the body done, painted. Put a black vinyl top on it. As you've seen previously, we got the wheels all set up. Did some real minor detail on the base with the headlights and the tail lights. The glass is out of the pledge. And the interior we really didn't touch, wasn't no need. Pretty new. So let's get her back together, get her on the turntable. So here it is, the 1963 Chrysler Turbine in the Spectre Flame red. Details front and back as usual. Got the wheels and tires from Treads there on Facebook. I want to thank everybody for stopping by here at 164 Revival for the 5th episode of the Mean 16, and hope you guys come back for episode 6. You know what time it is.